Texas Podcast Massacre contains spoilers and adult language. For more horror, visit us at our website at texaspodcastmassacre.com.
Welcome to another episode of Texas Podcast Massacre, coming to you from Houston, Texas. I'm your host, Mitch, and with me, as always, is my fellow horse wrangler, Nate.
Yeah, nah.
Nope. No.
Nope. Nah. Nope.
Well, that should be a good enough hint for this week's episode. Welcome to another episode of Texas Podcast Massacre, where each week we take a look at a different horror movie and debate a horror-related topic with our unsuspecting victim, who's usually not someone you would consider a horror fan. You know, before I introduce our guest, it's interesting, Nate. We started this podcast, and we've mentioned this before, how we have brought in, this really started because we love to share really terrible movies and force our friends to, subject them to watching it. So stuff like Ginger Dead Man, fair game. Troll 2, absolutely. Tiptoes, that happened.
Future episode.
But, there were, as we've been doing this, we've had the opportunity to watch like good horror films and all that, and it's a shame when you try to share that gift with someone and they don't appreciate and they don't reciprocate the way you thought they would. And with that said, this week we're reviewing this week's episode, Nope, with our good friend and unsuspecting victim Anthony. Welcome back to the show.
Thanks. I don't think I've ever been here for a good movie though. I've been here for a few movies, but I don't think there's not been a good one yet. And so this is on par. So this is probably one of the worst ones. So I'll preface
this one felt like it should have been a good one, though. We're gonna get into it. I feel like this one we had really lined this one up. Man,
I feel like Santa's sleigh is going to get some favorable comparisons in this one from Anthony, I think.
I probably gave that like a 7 out of 10.
Well, that's that. We'll see if this movie clears that high bar of Santa's sleigh. Well, Anthony, welcome back. Now, you had a day off from work and you were asking for like advice on a movie to watch, and it was this or Thor: Love and Thunder. Have you gone back to see Thor yet?
I have not. No, okay. Need another off day just for that.
Okay. I mean, to be fair, even we'll get into where you are with this episode. To be fair, I mean, we still might have given you the better of the two.
Possibly. Yeah, that's very possible.
Well, I think if we can walk away with that.
So you're telling me there's a chance.
Yeah, MC Universe. You gotta go better than that. Good luck.
Okay. Well, look, we are going to get into it. We certainly we're going to have some differing opinions on this, which is good. I mean, I think if we would just all agreed on the same thing, I guess it would be boring, although it would be a lot more understandable. But look, before we get into that, let's get into our debate question for the week.
Hearken to me, you two-legged dogs. Drink the vision mead of knowledge. To learn what it is to live and die in honor. To be in battle slain and in death rewarded by the Valkyrie's embrace.
It's not doing it for me, Nate. We're. I
What?
guess that drop. I think that drop's lost its luster. It's not the best Willem Dafoe. I think with that drop, I gotta say,
Get out of here, witch!
We're switching it up next week. It's gone. Goodbye.
Okay. All right. Do you want me to not isolate the one vocal track and like have the other parts of the movie also be heard?
Oh,
would that help?
Is that when they're howling and barking and stuff?
Yeah, I cut all that out.
To be fair, that might have helped. Maybe we need that.
All right. I'll work on that.
I'm no longer. Maybe I need that ambiance. All right. So look, let's talk. We're gonna talk. Jordan Peele. I'm certainly a fan of really everything he's done. I think by and large, we're kind of in that vein. I think he's done Get Out. So he's done kind of a body snatchers type of film. He's done two kind of body snatcher type of films. And he's done now an alien monster movie type of movie.
We'll try not to spoil it till the full review. But yes, there's an alien involved. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's pretty clear from the trailer.
I think it's pretty clear.
So my question is, I mean, what do you want to see Jordan Peele tackle next? What type of a horror film do you think he would do? Would you think a zombie film might be good? Is that right for that, or you want where you want to see him go next?
No, he hasn't done. He did other movies. He hasn't done gore. He could do gore. He could probably. I'm not thinking Saw level of gore, but he could probably pull it off in a tasteful way.
Oh,
okay.
I did not expect that. I like that.
So are you thinking like Jordan Peele presents like The Purge and it's just a straight murder? I mean, is that what?
Yeah.
That's actually a good one. He can do that.
Okay.
We need more Purge movies. We're running out. I don't think there was one this year. What's going on?
Yeah, right. Jesus. I mean, granted, maybe they'd be a little more subtle with Jordan Peele helping it than what they have been.
Wow.
Maybe not.
Wow.
Maybe not.
Wow. I don't
know. What about you, Nate? What do you think? What would you like to? So Anthony thinks a gore film.
So this movie has already been. This movie has already been pitched for the end of next year. But to tag on to one of my favorite Key and Peele sketches, why not Gremlins 3?
Oh my God. The problem is
electricity gremlin.
But the problem is I'd want to see him as that character. That character would need to show up, right? Him doing the sequel pitch.
He is in the movies sometimes. So he is in the movie. Like in Get Out, he was the deer sound, the dying deer sound. So you got that. See, so it could happen. Obviously the Twilight Zone TV show, he would go out and narrate. So he could be there.
Okay.
I don't know. Gremlins
is he
3.
in this movie? Did he show up?
No, he's not. But he'd come back for that one. I don't know. There could be a Keanu 2 where it's a cat fighting ring. I don't know. That would be pretty dark.
Like Fight Club, but with cats.
Yeah. Yeah, these kittens got claws. That's the tagline right there. So yeah, there you go. Is that better? Is that worse? I have no clue. Here you go, Mitch. What do you got? let's end this train wreck and keep going.
No, what are you talking about? I'm rating that cat movie higher than this movie. So you're on a roll.
Okay, all right. That's good. Okay. They're in the same universe, maybe. Who knows?
Exactly.
The Jordan Peele cataverse. I mean, what?
No, Jordan Peele's in the Cats universe. Like it's not it's the other way around. All right, what do you got, Mitch?
I don't know, man. I would kind of like this. We were talking about this the other day. I would maybe like to see him take on vampires. We were talking. I guess was it during Blade or whenever the last vampire movie was. Just there hasn't really been a good scary vampire in a while, except for maybe like 30 Days of Night. Like when's the last time an actual just vampire character was legitimately scary? Man, I would maybe like, I think was it Aria who was going to do the Nosferatu remake?
That was Robert Eggers.
Who do you think would do a better job of that? Do you think Robert Eggers or do you think Jordan Peele?
I got Robert Eggers. He's going to be period accurate and get the creepiest looking person you possibly can. So,
but will that make for the best movie?
It'll make for a creepy period piece movie.
Yeah.
Those are Anthony's favorite.
Anthony, yeah, I was about to say period piece vampire.
Sell me on that.
Atmospheric, like early 1900s period vampire drama horror. Sounds like right up your alley.
Drama horror is a term people use that.
By people, Nate uses that.
Okay,
yeah,
I was like
drama / horror. Yeah, sure.
I was like horror, maybe. You guys sucker me into that every once in a while. Drama horror,
maybe that like Interview with a Vampire. Maybe that falls into the
harder pass.
So
you won't be subscribing to AMC to watch the new remake.
No,
huh?
he's turning down that interview. Sounds like.
yeah. I'm out.
Well, okay. How about this one? What about if
Jordan... No? Oh, you should have said nope.
No, it was right there.
Damn it.
Right there. What about Jordan Peele directing like a remake of The Lost Boys?
That I could get behind because he already used that same pier for the beginning of Us. So
there you go. Anthony, have you seen The Lost Boys? Are you familiar with it?
I haven't. I'm not even familiar with it. What is it?
Okay, so Lost Boys is just a wonderful 80s horror film of vampires.
It's very 80s.
It's very 80s. It's got both Corys in it.
Corey Feldman and Corey Haim.
Yeah, I know that's probably a big draw for you.
Kiefer Sutherland is the head vampire.
Yeah, it is very good.
Diane Wiest,
definitely Diane Wiest. You might get a Wiest infection.
Jack shirtless, sweaty dudes playing saxophone.
That was Lisa's favorite part.
80s written all over it.
Oh, exactly.
Man, it's
saxophone solos.
Yeah.
Plural solos.
Yeah, sleep all day, party all night, I think is the tagline. So, and it's fun to be a vampire. It's delightfully 80s. But it's pretty good. And the vampire like makeup and everything's pretty awesome. It definitely has a little bit of like Karate Kid sort of like feel to it. Like almost kind of similar plot beats. He's gay.
So he's getting bullied by vampires.
Right. Yeah. Basically.
See, I had like this in my head. I'm picturing this like hackers theme in my head. I don't know why. Because all movies now from the 80s feel like hackers to me.
If only.
We're ahead of its time. And last thing on that, the head vampire is the grandpa from Gilmore Girls. So if that doesn't turn you onto the movie,
again, this was a surprise hit for Lisa.
Yeah, there's a lot of dudes with eyeliner and like big puffy hair. She was all in on that.
Yeah,
so
it was mainly the dude with the saxophone. Yeah, check that out. But I think Joel Schumacher. This is a Joel Schumacher joint. So I think Peele could do a pretty fantastic job with this. Whether he'd want to or not, that's another question. But.
Is Jordan Peele going to do a comedy? I mean, clearly known for his comedy work. Is he just going to stick with horror?
Well, I think he's going to stick with horror, it seems like. But I mean, all of his movies, all of his horror have comedic elements to it, right? Like,
sure, I'm saying like a straight up comedy.
Oh yeah, no, probably not.
Okay,
why would he?
It'd be interesting.
Maybe, but he did that already with Key and Peele. I feel like he's kind of in his groove with all the horror films. Is he gonna make
the next movie just be all the ridiculous names of the football players? But like that's the movie.
The East West.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, I'm watching that.
Something Buckshank. I don't know. I forgot the first name. It's Buckshank at the end. Is one of my favorites.
But Shazmataz Buckshank or something like that. Yeah, I used to remember all of them.
Yeah. That'd be that is the movie. They made an entire TV show, Ted Lasso, out of like a fake coach, like fake commercial, and they made that into Ted Lasso. You'd assume they should be able to make this fake football game movie. Like it's like a Remember the Titans. Yeah.
Merge that with the vampire idea. I think we're onto something, guys. This could be a thing. Vampire football team.
Oh,
awesome.
man.
Teen Wolf, they had a werewolf basketball player.
Well, you know what
Why not?
They
Why not?
used to have like an old video game. It was like Monster League or something, where it was like
It's not Friday daylights, right? I mean, it's at night. You're fine.
What about if he did a horror like vampire monster football league? So it's East-West game, but yeah, they're all monsters and basically ripping their arms off and stuff like that.
No.
That can combine the gore idea from
that's the opening. That's the opening gory kill scene for when the vampire outbreak starts. Yes.
And we need to figure out how to weasel in your little cat idea, and we have made the perfect movie.
There's a cat in there. Done. All right. Well, there you have it. Jordan Peele, we'll gladly jump in to help write and flesh this one out with you. If you have a better idea for what Jordan Peele should be doing, let us know at TexasPodcastMassacre@gmail.com, TX Pod Massacre on Twitter, Texas Podcast Massacre everywhere else. Leave us those 5-star reviews on anywhere. You can leave them on Spotify. Just, email us. Let us know that you've done it, and you can get your movie request right up to the top. In fact, Nate, we have a 5-star review coming in from Spotify.
Okay.
From Mr. Steven Stein. We're gonna go with that. I don't know if
Stevie Stein.
If you're related to RL, let's talk. Come back. But
they say Franken, like
or
Franken,
like either Stein, whichever one. Maybe not the monster. She says, hey, just wanted to say I love the podcast. Definitely one of my favorites to listen to. Want to request the movie Joyride.
This is it. I mean, did you just hear that reaction I had? Doesn't matter. Just typing it on the list right now. Yeah, it's on there.
That'll be here very soon.
You win.
Very soon.
Win 5-star review.
Anytime you make Nate make that noise, that's a win for me. That's like an angel a demon gets its wings every time Nate makes
I'm remembering noise. This correct. That's the Paul Walker movie, correct?
Yeah, I believe so.
It's Paul Walker driving a car before Paul Walker was famous for driving cars.
Okay,
if I remember correctly.
What I'm hearing is a double feature of this and any of the Fast and the Furious movies. Done.
Yeah,
done. Thank you so much, Stephen. Mr. Stein.
The Rock in a Hard Place.
Yeah, he says, I love your insights on movies and just hearing you talk about them. So can't wait to hear what we think about this one.
Thanks.
I can't wait to hear what Nate thinks about this one as well. So we'll be getting
What's the lady who looks like Helen Hunt, the younger Helen Hunt?
I don't know.
You know what I'm talking about. The actress.
Yeah.
From Glass House. Oh, okay. I cannot think of her name.
I don't
know. There's a in the early 2000s, there was a actress who looked exactly like a young Helen Hunt. Lily Sobieski. There you go. I found it.
What?
It's got her in it too. Yeah.
I need to look.
Look at Lily Sobieski, and she looks like Helen Hunt.
I get it. I see it.
There you go.
All right.
You're welcome.
I didn't know where you were going with that. Anyway,
I didn't know where I was going with that. Apparently, she was in it. So I'll take it.
We'll be going on a joyride, if you will.
No, that's not even a pun. It's the title of the movie. It wasn't even a pun. It's terrible.
I'll dunkle myself. It's so good. I no regrets. We also wanted. Our friend Nick from Singapore wanted to chime in as well. First, he called me out for getting the wrong wrestling reference in our last Summer Stab episode done.
Yeah.
Which again,
beat me to it. Yeah,
hopped up, beat you to it. You were here live listening to me say it.
I was just waiting.
It's like a real tortoise in the hare situation over here. But yeah, he said we were talking about caning. Anthony, this is great. You're getting to join in on. Little
the 90s reference.
Little learning about the world minute. So I don't know why we were talking about caning again, but he said, yes, it's true. Singapore is obsessed with caning in school. Caning in front of everyone is common punishment. Aside from that madness, we're very safe and well structured. For example, you will never have to ask a dude in wheelchair with no legs and a shotgun for directions, for sure. That may be, but I mean that's what
we call the Louisiana directions.
Well, yeah, that's what we call Lil Lanyap in Louisiana. Anthony, you agree with that? You also being Louisiana trash as well, as I am.
Yeah, but I still. What the heck is caning? You got to fill me in on this.
Caning, like they took a cane and they whip your ass with it.
Oh, caning. Oh, yeah. No, that's the
thing. Okay. Oh, that.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And there's a whole Weird Al song about it. So thank you for that. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, I was able to sit down on my seat and drive away. So I'm gonna say Louisiana maybe wins in that one, but I get it.
I don't know if Louisiana ever wins.
Probably not. I don't know.
I was about to say. I was like,
I don't know if Louisiana
wins. They're like, what did they win? Like, they're probably not proud of it.
What cause?
Louisiana won the title of not Mississippi. That's about it. I think that could be.
I don't think we have anything that matches up against durian in terms of like horrible smells, but we're probably not far off. Bourbon, actually, never mind. Bourbon Street in New Orleans would probably also be up there in terrible smell. So, tomato. Thanks for writing in. Let us know. With that said,
I don't know how durian and just Bourbon Street. That's quite a comparison.
I'm just saying in terms of rough smells, things that assault the senses.
I guarantee the durian tastes better than Bourbon Street does. Are you talking about the literal street? Or just the ambiance of the street?
Just the ambiance. What are you going on about?
The ambiance has an odor. What are you talking about?
It does. I thought you might be talking about like just that sweaty like hand grenade sweet alcohol smell. Like that. That's what I think of.
Yeah. The lucky dogs in the air. The hand grenades.
Well, hey, if the Louisiana Board of Tourism is listening, we are available. For consulting.
Don't know that we are. Maybe with a 5-star review. With that said, let's get into this week's movie of the week. Nope.
Did you know that the very first assembly of photographs to create a motion picture was a 2-second clip of a black man on a horse? And that man is my great-great-grandfather.
Great.
There's another great-grandfather. But that's why back at the Haywood Ranch, as the only black-owned horse trainers in Hollywood, we like to say since the moment pictures could move, we had skin in the game.
What's a bad miracle? They got a word for that.
Yeah, nah.
Man, that was a hell of a trailer. I remember that came out on the during the Super Bowl, right? And very disconcerting for a lot of people. I don't think people knew it was coming. It's got some crazy shit in there.
Is that before or after the halftime? Everyone got super hyped about the halftime show.
There was a portion of the population that I don't think were quite as hyped for the halftime show, Nate. But that said, it was around then, I think. So,
Okay. All right.
And Anthony, give us the elevator pitch. What is this movie about? What was the elevator pitch?
The non-spoiler elevator pitch.
Yeah.
The non-spoiler. Actually, because I vaguely remember the trailer during the Super Bowl, and I remember going, "Is this a zombie movie? Is it an alien movie? What is this movie?" So I didn't even spoil it, but I think elevator pitch. You have a couple horse wrangler people, family that they're down on their luck, trying to make something, and then, ooh, look, I think that's an alien. Maybe let's make some money. The rest of the movie's pretty much garbage. That's pretty much what you get.
Okay. Wait, so that was part of the elevator pitch? It's pretty much garbage. But that's we're still putting millions of dollars into this.
I'm getting off on the second floor. All right, I've got to make it.
Okay, well, I'm glad you're not doing the pitches for movies. Hey, remember the last one of these movies? It's another one of those. Do you want to make it?
You know what?
What are we doing here?
Can I at least appreciate that Anthony's like, look, I'm only on one floor. Just it'll be fine. Just give me the cash.
Well, if I get on there and they want to talk about Nope, I'm immediately hitting the next button. I'm getting off that elevator. So
that's fair. All right. Well.
Well, there you go. Yeah.
Nate, what can you tell us about Nope?
Nope came out July 22nd in the US. It's got a 130-minute running time, which I'm sure Anthony wasn't a huge fan of. $68 million budget. It's already made just about $100 million, coming from, I don't know. I mean, Jordan Peele is starting to get large. I think he's basically got carte blanche to do whatever he wants. So that's good for him. But yeah, it's his third film after previous episodes, Get Out and Us. And this one is a 7.5 on IMDb, which is, I believe, the lowest, unless Us lower. No, Us was lower, way lower. I take that back. All right, well, it's the second most highly reviewed movie. And this one's got, so I would say, Anthony, I'd love to hear your opinion on this, but I would say the cast is pretty solid. You got Daniel Kaluuya, Academy Award winner, as the main character, OJ. So there's that. You got Keke Palmer as his sister Emerald. You got Brandon Perea as one of the greatest advertisements for fries of all time, and all of us having lived in Texas, gotta love fries. So Angel Torres, and then you got horror royalty Keith David briefly in the film, and Stephen Yuen as well. So the cast I thought was pretty solid on just straight up cast and acting front. I thought that part of it was good. Some of the best usage of the song Sunglasses at Night, probably of all time, I would say, in this one. And I think generally well received. It made about 1.5 times its budget. So not like a super huge success, but considering the pandemic and it's an original R-rated movie, it was like the biggest one since I think the pandemic started, from that front. So yeah, there you go. I'll sprinkle in more stuff there, but yeah. And it takes place in Agua Dulce, California, which is, I don't know, is it scenic or is it desolate? I'm not sure which one it is, but that's where they filmed the movie. So, all right. Anyway, general thoughts, Anthony. I'm interested to hear what you liked about the movie.
Yeah, and I think you kind of nailed it. The acting and the actors, like their choice of actors was awesome. It was great. And so it actually did keep you engaged for that, 2 hours? 2 hours?
2 hours and 10 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah. So it kept you engaged. You kept you were willing to sit there and wait for that thing to happen. And so, yeah, no, the acting was good, but you noticed kind of the scenery. I heard I think Mitch maybe told me it was in IMAX, or was available in IMAX, but yeah, the cinematography was amazing. I'll give them credit for that as well. So it's enough to keep you in your seat waiting for the beat to drop, I guess you want to call it. But it was I can appreciate that.
Okay. All right. See, let's start on a positive. Such a positive note. That's great. Mitch, what initial thoughts on this one?
Yes. I mean, I did see it in IMAX. So first off, those scenes, particularly with like the night sky and everything, I mean, it looked gorgeous. I think the only movies I've seen in IMAX lately have been Dune and this one, and really I thought worth it. Really just looked real good. I was really blown away with that. I thought the acting was good. I really liked the jokes. I think this is one of those movies too. And I think to me, and we'll talk about it, what kind of made this movie really effective for me is I came in really solely expecting what we saw in the trailer and kind of going, oh, okay, so I have this kind of idea of what this movie's going to be about. And then you get to this the opening scene where you're on like a TV set. You're hearing like the audio playing in the background. You're like, okay, I wonder how this is going to tie in, right? And then you pan into the mayhem on this TV set, and you're like, what the hell is happening? Like what? Like it's so disorienting, and I think that really helped kind of helps put, at least for me, put me on edge for everything else. And then you're just trying to figure out, okay, what is happening? What is going on with all of this? I actually really enjoyed that. I thought that was a really, really clever way to start the movie.
Yeah, I agree. Should we get into spoilers this early? Screw it. You just want to do the drop? Do the
all right.
spoilers?
Well, here. All right. Yeah. Look, I don't know how we're gonna not do the spoilers. It's been out for a little bit. If you don't want to get, I think can we all let's do this real quick before we get into spoilers. So, Anthony, as an unsuspecting victim, is this something that like the common, maybe not a horror fan could handle and would want to see?
Yeah, I mean, I think I loosely define it as horror. I mean, maybe a little bit more sci-fi. There's some gore in it, but there's nothing going to jump out and get you. So, I mean, if you like Jordan Peele, why I went to go see it. I loved Us. I loved Get Out. I was like, this is going to be awesome. If you want to give it a go, give it a go. You're going to end up like me, and you're going to be disappointed unless you're all the weird people that are on Rotten Tomatoes have no idea where they're getting their rating system from. But yeah, it's maybe worth it to go see just to try it out.
Yeah, I mean, I would absolutely say go see it in IMAX if you're going to go do it. And I would say
go pre-order the 4K Blu-ray is what I would say.
Or that. Yeah, that's maybe more. I don't know which one's more a commitment, but there you go. All right. So look, go see it. We'll be back. We'll be here. So pause the episode. But all I can say, look, if you don't want to get spoiled,
Get out of here, witch!
Because we're talking spoilers. All right, let's get into it, Nate. Go ahead.
So the beginning with the the chimpanzee.
Yeah, get it right. Jesus Christ.
Going on, I did it. going on a rampage. Going on a rampage while the hilariously terrible 90s like the 90s sitcom sounds are happening in the background was fantastic. You know what it reminded me of? I don't know if you've ever seen this, but like when Big Bang Theory got huge, someone like took out the laugh track and just like put it on YouTube, and it was like the worst thing I'd ever watched in my entire life. This was like that. It was incredible. Like it was like a car crash I couldn't look away from. Loved it.
Okay.
The very beginning scene.
What was going on with the shoe? I literally couldn't look at anything else other than the shoe in the middle of the floor. It was like standing straight up. Am I missing a point there? But that was driving me nuts. I didn't notice anything else in that entire scene. Yeah, that was a monkey.
I think it linked to the comment from OJ about a bad miracle. Like this like inexplicable thing happened that normally be like, whoa, but it happened during something terrible.
Yeah.
It was a link back to the bad miracle is what I took from it, but
no,
could easily be wrong. It's up to interpretation.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I mean, it's certainly jumping way ahead, so we can we'll come back and talk about it a little bit. But yeah, I mean, the idea is that he's the one survivor here is seeing that as well and thinking, oh, I'm blessed and this is a miracle because and sort of this is an affirmation that, oh yeah, this has some deeper meaning when really it was just a fluke kind of thing that the shoe was just sitting up on its own.
Yeah. Yeah. That whole segment. Yeah. That whole segment, but that whole segment really informs then the later, Stephen Yuen's character does with his whole, his new show, if you will. That really informs that because then he's like, oh yeah, well, like this crazy thing happened. This wild animal was attacking people, but not me. So, and then I use that for fame. So I can do the same thing here. Did not work out as well the second time for him. But yeah, we'll get into that. No,
but the sitcom scene was great. I same reason like you said, man. I loved all of that. Just again, how just totally off guard you are when it happens. Like what? Holy shit! Like just seeing this monkey like covered in blood, and then like just turn and just stare straight at the camera, and then it cuts to black. It's like, oh no, go back. What is I'm not ready to leave this yet. What is going on? Real cool. Real.
Oh, I mean, don't worry, because it gets better. Because right after that, you got your classic, most movies begin with a Nahum quote from the Bible, the book of Nahum, classic. I will cast abominable filth upon you, make you vile, and make you a spectacle. That's the quote then that comes in, bordering the chimpanzee rampage scene. So we start this movie, you're just like, what is happening? I'm obviously intentional, but okay, what? I have no clue what's happening. That's what I like. As Mitch knows from our Planet Terror episode, when Robert Rodriguez was doing the director commentary and I was watching it, and he said, yeah, I just threw that dog in front of the car to get run over just to see what would happen to make it interesting. I'm like, I like that style. So this is in that style.
Well,
and I liked it. I don't know why I had to make that reference about it, but
because let's go ahead and just say it. I mean, does the horse die.com? Yes. And numerous.
Yes. So this is the horses. What other animals died? There's more animals, right? No,
I don't think so.
I think it's really just
the monkey.
The monkey.
Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah, the chimp. Chimp got it. Yeah, does the chimp die? Yes.
Chimp die.
Anthony, have you ever heard of doesthedogdie.com?
Oh, it's actually how I judge if I'm watching some movies. So absolutely.
Oh, okay. All right, cool.
I'm that person. Yeah. There's movies I won't watch.
You're saying like, are there needles in this movie? Nope. I'm out. Thanks though. Like a lot of people just do that. It's actually pretty useful. Anyway, yeah, does the chimp die on this one also? Correct. The kill count in this is probably, the kill count of what you see is what, in the 20s ish, maybe.
I mean, it's
count the horse.
Well, do you count the horse?
Kill count of what is implied is a lot more.
Nate doesn't count the horse, but us
I felt really bad. I felt really bad for the horse that was plastic because it was so valuable. I just felt bad for the plastic horse. Anyway, but it was interesting. I mean, I got to give it Daniel Kaluuya. I mean, his character the whole time, right? You're following in the beginning. Keith David, fluke accident, like a coin, right? Like hits him and like destroys his face. And they say it's like airplane dumping out its trash or whatever.
Yeah.
But like that sucked. But like Daniel Kaluuya's face, like his face, the whole movie just said like, I am guarded. Like it was very good acting. Like he really conveyed the sense of like, I am like an introvert person and I'm uncomfortable and I'm putting myself out of my comfort zone to try to save our family horse farm, which has been around since the beginning of film, apparently. Cool. And nice tie-in. And yeah, like his performance is just so good. I have to bring it up in the beginning because it made the movie for me personally. And I mean, and Keke Palmer as the total contrast of the sister was also like incredible. I mean, they were so good. I don't know, that really helped the movie for me.
I agree. I think you needed that. It kind of, especially for people like me, you're like, I'm watching it. Okay, there's something coming. There's something building. You actually to like the character because he's a little often awkward and she was a little bit loud and obnoxious, and put him together. It worked. It does keep you for the movie that is way too long. But
the missing piece is always the fries technician. Because did they get sponsored by Fries? I don't know. First of all, I love it. Fries. What a great reference. I did not know Fries is in California. So there you go. I know they're well, I don't know if they're all over.
I didn't know Fries was still in business because I know the one here in Houston closed. So I thought that was a bigger thing. So
I made that assumption because the one here closed. I thought like that they're closed. There's no more fries. Throw fries in there. It's fine. You don't have to get the royalties or anything for it.
Yeah. Yeah. There's one in one of the towns, a couple towns away from me here in Oregon, that closed also in 2021. So I looked that up as soon as I got back from the movie. It was like, hey, are there any fries here? I should go to Fries and get some get some cords or something. And then nope, they were closed. But yeah, no, like what I don't know, like that kind of a weird, just like absolute like lean in tie-in like that. It endeared me to the movie. I think just like, why are you throwing fries out? Like, what is happening here? Ties in with the camera stuff. They're trying to catch sight of the UFO. They're trying to, and this is an interesting. It was a commentary on like, TikTok, YouTube culture, right? Where it's like, you just try to get famous, like, to get out from your struggle of, like the everyday life, you got to like put yourself out there in danger, right? To like, catch a glimpse of something like, and then use that for fame, like rather than, do your normal work, right? They went for like the big swing. And like, that was the whole premise of the movie, right? I mean, was that a commentary on that? I don't know. Am I talking myself into things that weren't there?
Maybe. I mean, you're talking about all the camera stuff and like what it means. And to me, I was just like, hey, look, there's a bug on the camera. Like, that's how deep I went into that. I was like,
yeah, it was interesting. But I mean, so then when the dad dies, they've been doing stuff for movies. There's more CGI now, right? OJ is not very loquacious, if you will. And his sister is really flaky and is not helping because she's like a quadruple threat or whatever she said. I forgot what she said, but she does it all. And all means not being there in time. So the family is in trouble. Now, what do you think about what do you think about Stephen Ewen's character as Ricky Jupe Park on this one? So I think Fries guy, money, brother and sister, money. What about Jupe? What do you guys think about his acting? Huh? Nobody? Okay.
I was gonna let Anthony jump in.
Well, I mean, he's one of the main characters, right? He's like the fourth main character. So I was interested to hear what you guys thought of him.
It's what you picture when you think of a failed child actor that you like disappeared off the face of the map. You're like, oh yeah, whatever happened to that? Like, that's kind of what you picture. It's like some guy still trying to be famous. It's never going to happen again, but he still wants it and he needs it. So you kind of played that role well. At least that's what I think he was trying to do.
Yeah.
I agree. In that hidden room with all the memorabilia from the TV show he was in, where the chimp obviously murdered everybody. Or did the chimp murder everybody? I don't think we ever got that. Did we ever get that confirmed? Because the one lady was alive and was in the movie.
He murdered He murdered enough folks that it was. Yeah, I didn't murder everyone. Yeah, because the sister in the sitcom, but I think murdered the dad for sure. I'm assuming murdered the mom as well, and then got shot in the head, which was uncomfortable.
almost walked out.
Yeah, very
almost walked out.
Not thrilled about that scene, but no, I think showing him, with that scene of him, having his own private, like, dark museum, right, of the incident, and how he still sort of talks kind of fondly of it, because again, that ties into his whole thinking that, oh, well, he's kind of blessed, right? Like, this is a miracle, and he survived for a reason, and yeah, it was. I liked it. I like Stephen Yeun too in general, so I thought he did good.
I know you guys have watched Invincible, the TV series, and he's like the main character in that.
That's right. He is the voice of Invincible.
Yeah,
I only know him from Walking Dead. That's what
I just know him getting his brains bashed in Walking Dead. So.
Whoa! Spoiler alert! Jeez, Glenn.
I mean, it's Glenn.
I think everyone. That's a show that like half the country watches, like live every week. I'm pretty sure that's people know.
and he's from previous episode Mayhem, which I know Mitch liked on that one too. So. Yeah, Glenn. But yeah, no, I mean, yeah. So we have the character set up now. The story of the UFO, or what do they call it? Sorry, it's not the UFO. It's the
UAF.
UAF.
UFA.
Is there a P in there?
That was a PP. I don't know, man.
Is there a P in there? UAP. There we go. It's called a UAP.
Sure.
Unidentified aerial
STD.
Yeah.
Phenomenon.
Call your doctor if you
call your doctor if you have UAP for longer than 4 hours. Yeah, that's not good. That's not going to be great. Hey doc, yeah, I've had a UAP. I cannot identify what's happening with this phenomenon that's going on me. Please help. What do you think about that story? Because it is what it seems like, and then obviously it changes into something else later. What do you guys think about the overall story, I guess, with the UAP in general?
Yeah, I was confused for most of the movie with I'm gonna call it the UAP. Are we sticking with that? So,
I don't know. UFO.
But when they showed the inside of it, it looks like that's what they skimped on the budget for. It was just like, did you just have some extra like fabric laying around and you just kind of smooshed it in there and said, "Oh, look, that's the inside."
It kind of was. You're right. I think you're right on that one.
What's this like? It's like the fun house thing where you like walk through and it creates a static electricity, right? You got to like push through and everything.
Yeah, but it was like, hey, I'm gonna throw down these like sheets.
Yeah,
and they're gonna like run through the sheets when they get pulled up into this thing.
I mean,
and the kill count is 61, by the way, according to
y'all. So yeah,
a lot of people go through there.
We're laughing, but that was legit terrifying for me to watch them get sucked up into the alien. And
yeah, that was brutal.
Well, and then they get pulled up into that like that. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's because I was in IMAX. Maybe because I just don't like suffocation in general. Like that's a.
I know. I'm pro suffocation. That's weird. That's a weird.
I know, right? And I just. It made me very nervous, and then of course they see the horse skeleton. I'm like, oh no, nah, this is a nightmare scenario. Like that was maybe the creepiest or scariest part of the legit scariest part of the movie, besides the kids dressed as aliens, which was
the kids dressed as aliens was awesome. and great foreshadowing for what was going to happen, right? Yeah. With the show at the ranch from Jupe. That was a great foreshadowing and extremely creepy. I would also say the blood house was pretty good too. When all the blood went over the house, that was kind of awesome.
I gotta say, I love the alien design in this, just because I think they had teased the saucer in the sky kind of thing, in all the trailers. And of course they kind of showed like the little green men. They showed the girl with her jacked up face from the monkey that you didn't know was from the monkey. So it was like, there's a lot of stuff you had no idea what you were really getting. I actually really liked the fact that the flying saucer was the creature, right? Like it was. That was a great reveal. Yeah, I thought that was a really great move in terms of just creature feature.
But I don't agree. I don't disagree with you. What I don't like is when it changed. Like it changed its form. It changed what it was.
Oh, when it
became something else.
Yeah, it went full Neon Genesis Evangelion. It was like some anime nonsense going on. No, I'm kind of with you there.
Yeah, it lost me. It lost more of its appeal, and then all the weird mouth squares thing. I don't even know how to describe it. But whatever they were doing, I didn't get it.
What I thought of it was like, those nature videos where like the male bird has to, do some dance and like show off like the colors of its feathers to get someone to mate with it or whatever. It seemed like it was kind of like that at the end when it unfurled and had I call it like the streamer mouth. There's like a bunch of streamers, like green streamers coming off the mouth, which is like, a retractable like alien mouth from like a xenomorph or something. I don't know. Mm-hmm. I think it was like it's talking about animals, right? And that's where the chimp comes in too, right? Because the alien ends up being an animal, right? And so then obviously, all of their work with horses and animals in general, helps them to not die as fast as they maybe would have otherwise. And this is, I guess, I don't know, some form of showy flashing of color and whatever to, strike fear in all the animals around it because it was scared or something. That's what I assumed it was going to be, but the execution of the unfurling was a little weird. I'll definitely give you that. It could have been a little bit more cohesive on like how it linked together. If it would have not like fully unfurled and just been kind of like, oh, okay, like this is I can only like a quasi morph into something else, like still like maintain part of the shape, but then like throw the mouth out. I think that could have worked better, but yeah, it changed a lot. And that was a little probably much. Yeah. I
could have left it was like, because it was a saucer at first, right? It was just like, it looked like you didn't think it was an animal or anything. It just, and then I think maybe like halfway through it almost looked like silk. Like it was the same shape, but you could tell it was more like a skin than like metal. I think there was enough. It's like, now you've convinced me. Okay, good. Now stop. Don't go any further.
It did go full anime transformation. It did toward the end. That is true. Yeah. That was a little hokey. Staying as the saucer version, I think, was extremely creepy. And then the way they got it to move in and out of the clouds and things like that, I thought that part was extremely well done. Like,
oh yeah,
you're just looking in the sky for this thing all over the place. I like that quite a bit. That was interesting. I don't know. I mean, they do the classic thing. They're testing the limits, right? Blah blah blah. Some people die. They're playing around with it. I mean, if you guys were in this movie, I mean, are you staying around to try to get this flying, this alien on camera so you can get really famous? I mean, is that even a thing anymore? Like, is it the Oprah interview that you get money from? Because like once you have the video and it goes online, I mean, it's not yours anymore, right? Like, how does that even work? Like, would that appeal to you guys?
I don't know, because I just feel like it would just end up with Rob Dyrdek and crew on Ridiculousness just laughing at it, and it'd be on like the one that airs at 2 a.m. like that, like you'd never be able to find it with as many ridiculousnesses as there are. Yeah. You're just imagining like you getting roasted on Tosh Point Out. Oh man. For this, that's what you're imagining at this point. Yeah. Not God. Yeah. Okay. I mean, that went to a really weird place, but okay. All right. So I'm assuming a hard no on that one. I wouldn't stay there for it, right? Like you got the camera set up. I mean, clearly you should be able to, like, the dude from Fry's is having no problem like remote like viewing and recording. So maybe just do this from somewhere else.
I love it.
Fair,
I feel like with every comment, I feel like you guys are moving closer and closer to my opinion of the movie.
To be fair, it's feeling that somewhat. Better pull me back, Nate. Pull me back. I'm in a tug of war over here. I'm in the.
I mean, I will say this also in terms of the music stuff. I mean, obviously, Sunglasses at Night with the car losing the power was fantastic, right? Mm-hmm. Also, the Purple People Eater song that gets sung across multiple people in the scene before they go confront the saucer alien animal was pretty great as well. I mean, the way the sound was used, and then I will say, like the blood drenching of the house was pretty incredible too.
That was a cool scene, yeah.
The fact that they work in, hey, this is an animal, right? So it eats stuff. It's gotta shit it out and whatever. And then that ties back into how the dad died in the beginning, right? And then obviously drenches the house. And it's just that was a straight up just iconic like scene, like just blood drenched house from an alien animal. Like that was a spectacle. That was actually a really, really good scene. Then you get into like the TMZ dude. That was a little bogus. All right, Anthony, you're starting to get me a little bit, but TMZ guy was interesting with the mirrored headset and wants to be filmed getting murdered. I'm not sure what that would have done. And then another guy wants to get filmed getting murdered. Also, the director or cinematographer, excuse me, of one of the movies that they were doing, one of the horse training for, Antlers Holst. His character's motivations, I have no clue. I have no clue what that was. They showed him like looking at animal, like he filmed a lot of like Animal Attack or Animals in the Wild videos. Yeah,
he's trying.
And this was the ultimate version of that. I'm just not sure why he had to go inside of it and also die.
Well, because his whole life goal was all about. I mean, again, this is all about the spectacle and getting that shot, getting the thing that no one else can get, going as far as you can, right? I mean, his goal was, I want to get that perfect shot,
myself, obviously.
Yeah. And,
as you get ingested by this alien.
It's interesting. It's like a really fucked up version of like the old the old like Greek, like, oh yeah, I want to die a warrior's death, right? I don't want to grow old forever. I want to die and everyone remembers me for all of my great actions and things that I have accomplished. Kind of same thing here, right? Like the TMZ guy, dude, if he captures this footage, if he gets killed by this by this alien but gets footage of it, like he's gonna be remembered, right? Like it's gonna go out there. I think there's that kind of weird thing in terms of
nope, didn't happen.
No, well, it didn't happen. Yeah,
there's the nope reference.
There's the nope.
Didn't happen.
But I think
a question: where did they get that guy's name? Like, so they reached out to him. Was he
He was involved in the commercial shoot, I thought.
Okay, yeah. I thought about that. So if he's really into this perfect shot and making it look so much, why is he doing a freaking commercial?
Well, bro, you got to pay the damn bills,
old lady
man.
And a horse.
he's really? Paying.
Really?
Yeah, he's got.
Bro, in this economy, he gotta.
Yeah, he's got to. He does one for that, and he does one for himself. I think he mentioned that in the movie. I think one for himself is featuring like a hyena fighting a snake or whatever stuff he was watching on the screen. Like he was filming some hardcore stuff. Yeah, and I don't know, Antlers Holst. I don't know if that was a play on the cinematographers in this movie, but Jordan Peele went with the Dutch crew on this one, and I think it paid off in terms. I mean, obviously didn't see it like you did mention in the IMAX, but I would say the cinematography in this movie is one of the stars, right? I mean, like that you see in the hills, the sky, like the way they move everything around to make you paranoid about where the thing is. It was good. They got the Dutch peeps in there, and I think it worked out.
I mean, hear me when I say I think by and large IMAX is a big ass ripoff for the most part.
Except for this one.
Like there's a few where they're like they purposefully are. I mean, they're filming it specifically for IMAX for that experience. This one. You got to go check that out. I can't describe how just great it looked, particularly in those scenes where that thing's just fucking flying around everywhere, sucking shit up. It's great.
Yeah, it was good. Now, the ending plan with the wacky whaley inflatable tube. I can't remember the Family Guy sketch, but the wacky. What? How does it go? Shit, I can't even remember what it even was now. Inflatable tube man is the end. You know what I'm talking about? The whack, right?
The wacky inflatable arm dudes.
But what is it called in that famous Family Guy sketch?
I thought it was wacky inflatable arm man. I don't know. This ain't Texas Family Guy podcast massacre here. I mean, I don't know. Wacky
waving inflatable arm flailing tube man. Thank you. All right. I did. I had to Google. I could not think of it. I think my tongue was like punching me from the inside as I was trying to say that.
If this is a key piece of your like defense, I feel like you should have had this research.
I did not.
Someone's like 8 random ass movies no one's ever seen. Yet you didn't know wacky inflatable, whatever the fuck you just said.
No one can say it. No one knows. Anyway, so I want to hear your guys' impression of the plan, right? Because I was critiquing the plan the whole time. I thought it was mostly solid with some flaws, but what did you guys think?
Mostly solid with some flaws. Which part of the plan did you think had some flaws?
So the wacky inflatable tube, man. I'm just going to shorten it. That was great because then you could visibly see where it was, right? Yeah. So that was very solid. Love that. So that was great. Great usage of that too. Gotta love the Scorpion King reference on there. He was wearing a Scorpion King hoodie from when they worked on that movie. I don't know. I go on and on about how the Rock's first line in the Scorpion King I saw it in the theater was "boo." And one of the classic first dialogue of all time in film. Anyway, but yeah, there's like some nice throwbacks. We talked about it a couple of weeks ago on the pod.
Someone there was like, oh, there's gonna be some nerd in a theater that's gonna just lose their shit over this
one Scorpion King,
obscure Scorpion King line.
Oh, and that Emiliano Zapata shirt, the Rage Against the Machine that he was wearing when he borrowed it from the Fries guy that I definitely owned previously. Yes, there are some great callbacks, but but the plan in general, the inflatable tube people, hiding under some cover because that had worked before, and then getting the cinematographer guy with a non-electric camera to get the shot. I mean, what did you guys think about that? That seemed like the too complex part for me. But I'd like your guys' take.
Each one, so I was trying to figure out how it actually worked. So each one of those was connected to a car battery that they had stolen from somebody, I guess from the theme park.
Yeah, they ganked a lot. They were stealing from cars. There was a weird car battery stealing montage for a little bit. That was interesting. Yeah.
I mean, the amount of time that probably took days. There's no way they did that in like an afternoon.
Those shady fries. Those shady fries guys can get it done. Don't worry about it.
And they're all unemployed.
That's the Fries guarantee.
Yeah. But then, it got really complicated. I just assumed that they could have cameras farther away outside the range, just looking in, and they would just be spread out. So then it would be easy to tell where it was. And then the sister was like in a shack looking if cameras went down. Couldn't you check that on your phone? Like, why do you have to be in this like exposed shack? I don't know. There was a couple points where
that was what I was saying. Like, he's been watching it from the Fries. Like,
you're just like doing like you want to put like a drone or like a you want to get like what's that, like mechanical dog, like from mechanical dog from from like, I don't know, I forgot, is it like Boston Dynamics or whatever? And then you get that dog and then that's the bait. Like, cause that would have been great. That actually would have worked pretty well. Couldn't they use drones?
The little googly eyes on the back of its head.
That would have been awesome. That would have been great. Just put like some blood, pour some blood on it or something and go. But like, couldn't they have used drones in the sky too? Like multiple around? Like, I feel like they were too physically close. Well, yeah, everything. But I mean, other than OJ, I think OJ's was an interesting like lure, but then you could have thrown something else up.
I don't know. I mean, they're also selling off like all their horses and shit. I don't. Drones may have been outside the budget.
Okay, well that's true.
Stolen items only.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, on a budget. Okay, and this is on a budget then. You get what you get. How many of you guys thought OJ was dead at the end?
I did.
I did not. He was totally coming back.
I thought he was totally coming back too.
Yeah, they if he was going to die, they were going to show it. But they had no qualms like actually showing that happening. So they would have done it.
Fair.
So it was as soon as he showed up.
I wasn't surprised. I it's one of those like I thought maybe, but it's didn't like ruin the movie for me or anything. And I say it because some people are like, "Oh, come on, it's a horror movie. Let them die," But no, that's fine.
So then at the end, obviously they lure it. Shit goes sideways. TMZ guy, other stuff. Guy who's supposed to be filming it with his expensive camera decides to get eaten by it because reasons. Fry's guy wraps himself in barbed wire. That was awesome, actually. That was really cool. OJ tries to sacrifice himself, doesn't. Sister goes in and she ends up getting the picture. Emerald ends up getting the picture from the old timey, non-electronic way of taking pictures that they have at the ranch, right? Mm-hmm. From inside this well. Kind of awesome. But then a bunch of people show up at the end. So did that mean anything? Like, were they already there? Were they filming it from a distance? Like I said, they should have been. Like what was happening? Like, do you think they got famous off that picture, or they're just happy to be alive and they can go on Oprah and do an interview?
So you only got like a quick shot of the picture. Like it was very brief that you actually saw what they took a picture of. But in that brief second, it looked like she took a picture of a butterfly. It was like, you were convinced nobody, but like, I'm sorry, that's a bug. There's a bug on your camera.
What if the end credits was Crazy Town Butterfly? That would have been incredible. That was a missed opportunity.
Was it?
Missed opportunity. Missed opportunity.
Was it?
Or Nelly Furtado. I'm like a bird. Yep. Could have been that. Either one of those would have been great.
All of those are terrible ideas. Objectively terrible.
At that point in the movie, I would have taken it. I'd have been like, all right, thanks.
I would have thought
a bow on this.
I would have thought you would have thrown like popcorn at the screen had Crazy Town come up and playing in the
What if his Foo Fighters Learn to Fly?
I mean,
I don't know. That movie, it kind of leaves you in your seat for like 10 minutes going, the shit just happened. Like no song on there is going to just get you out of that mindset of, I don't know what I just watched.
That's fair.
Yeah, fair. It was interesting. You know what the end reminded me of? It reminded me of The Mist. Like all that shit happened, right? Obviously The Mist is a little bit different ending. But a little bit. Then all of a sudden, like everything's over, and like people immediately rush in from like just off camera, right? Like it gave me that little bit of a vibe. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but it was interesting. And then I guess it's like about 40 some people that got sucked up in Jupe's show, where he basically is like, "Hey, I've been training this alien to eat horses and other stuff, and I'm going to use it for like the most rinky-dink show, like the most rinky-dink live show of all time." I mean, couldn't he have set this up better?
Yeah. I mean, like, call Oprah or something. I don't know. Like, you couldn't have been like, "Hey, I've got access to an alien. Y'all should show up."
Call the TMZ guy.
Right. Someone.
Maybe that's how TMZ heard about. I don't know. Something happened, but like, is anyone just like shocked about how low level that that alien, like presenting like a known alien on Earth, and like this was the vehicle for that. Like it was just so terrible. I don't know. They had the masks. They had like this, like the worst merchandise of all time. I don't know. It was just hilarious. It really just like leaned into like that guy learned nothing from when he was a kid on that TV show, and that chimp murdered a bunch of people.
Also, I mean,
like
if you were
the guy learned nothing. Yeah.
You were going to like a Western set, and all of a sudden it's like, hey, go over there. There's aliens. But like,
yeah, like, well,
it's a Daniel Craig movie. What's happening right now?
Daniel Craig would have been awesome.
Cowboys and aliens. Come on.
No, I got it.
No, yeah, we got it. We were just
Seth MacFarlane. I'm thinking of Seth MacFarlane joke. I have no clue.
Oh.
I already used my Family Guy reference. I don't know. I think Seth MacFarlane's got enough. But no, it was, that part was just hilariously comical. It's like, this is the best this guy can do. Like, he is just stuck, and clearly, with disastrous consequences. Pretty wild. I mean, that scene was probably the most horror. Mitch, like you were saying, like everyone just trapped in the throat of this alien and just like slowly getting sucked up to their death to be eaten.
Yeah, I'm pulled into that. Like,
that was nuts. Yeah. I wish it would have looked a little nicer. I agree with Anthony on that one, though. It looked a little hokey.
Yeah.
Like, what do you make the digestive system of an alien look like anyway? To be fair, that's a tough like scene to shoot, just generally. But yeah, that was a little
workshop it a little bit more. I get that it's tough, but workshop it just a little bit more.
they made the lightning gremlin work. I mean, come on,
Exactly.
You can figure it out. I understand.
I will look. I think we've gone through, I think, all the big elements of Nope. I think we're at the point I need to know, what's your final cut?
Final cut.
Oh my goodness. I think I'll jump in first. I usually don't.
Oh, okay.
But I really like this movie. I think we've already talked about the acting. I think the stuff with the chimp was just gold. I almost kind of wish there was more of that in there in this movie.
do you want a prequel chimp movie?
Kind of,
because that would be incredible.
Yeah, I kind of do. Even if it's just like a short. Oh man, if this DVD doesn't come with like a mockumentary of like
it has to,
like a short of what happened with it and them interviewing. Oh man, 100%. I'm all in on that. No, I really like this film. I thought it was just gorgeously done. As we've talked about it, and as I've thought through a little bit more, obviously it's I don't want to say lessened entirely, but yeah, there's certainly some questions that are like, okay. I still think this is probably, to me, better than Us, but not near as good as Get Out. Us, I liked. I just never quite fully wrapped my head around all the themes it was going for. And I think this just did a better job of, linking a lot of its core themes. And I think just had some genuinely scarier moments. So I don't remember what I gave Us whenever we did that one.
No, I'm gonna make you just do it separate.
That's fine. But I think I'm gonna end up giving this one. I'm gonna give this 7 out of 10 blood tsunamis.
Okay. All right, Anthony, you're next.
All right, I'm gonna go next. I'm gonna rant for a while, and you guys need to shut me up. So
I usually let Mitch. Mitch just turns on and then it just happens. So we're already used to this. You're fine. Go for it.
I want to give it like 10 out of 10 like beers for like how many it would take for me to actually enjoy this movie, but even that probably wouldn't do it.
All right, you said 10 out of 10. No. Shut it down. No, okay.
9 out of 10.
So to Mitch's point, I love Get Out. I love Us. Both those movies are great, and I would have rated those very highly. I don't know, maybe not a 10, but they're up there. I think my problem with this movie is it's almost like it's a bunch of little movies, and they kind of try to do that. They can kind of like name the different parts of the movie, but they don't really connect easily. It's like, and I made the reference. If you look at Get Out is very linear. It's just like, it just happens. Everything in the movie just happens. You don't need to connect dots to like, oh, that means that, or oh, that's he's talking about imperialism from the 1800s or something. Like, I'm not making connections to that crap. And then Get Out. So Get Out does that, and then Us. There's some dots you got to connect, but they're big dots. So it's pretty easy, and they're numbered. You can move right. You can figure it out.
They're not plot by number. Plot by number.
Yeah, like when you're like 4 and you're like, just go to the numbers. Like, it was easy. You could do it. This one, there's a lot of dots, and they don't really connect, and there's not enough time for them to connect, and they're just random. There's like, even there was one scene that was they were in the middle of, he was looking out at night. He was looking at the landscape, and there was something happening in the distance, and there was a bunch of lights, and there was a speakerphone. That didn't mean anything. It didn't do anything. And then there was the chimp thing, the balloon popping, and then the balloon pops at the end. Are those connected? I don't know. There's a bunch of balloons, and there's something going on.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
See that shit. Nobody's making that connection. Like, I want to be entertained. I don't want to read your thesis paper. It's like, come on, give me something that makes sense. This doesn't make sense. It goes from beginning to end, and there's a bunch of pretty stuff that happened. Great acting. But you let me down, because even to this day, and I kind of don't want people to explain it to me, because it just might make me hate it more. So all of that being said, I'll give it, because the acting was good, and it's pretty, it's nice to look at. I'm going to give it 3 out of 10. I'm going to give 3 out of 10 praying mantises, because the praying mantis didn't get enough showtime for sure.
You're saying the praying mantis was the star of the show at that point?
For me, it was absolutely.
The praying mantis, a metaphor for
there.
blocking out what I'm watching so I could go do something.
I
found my metaphor of this movie.
Like the praying mantis was the highest tension moment of the movie. So I'm gonna say first, I would read this thesis because I loved it quite a bit. And for me, it's actually interesting, Anthony, because for me, I'm the opposite. So Get Out, I think, is universally liked. First movie, obviously horror. It is a little bit more linear and straightforward. And then, it hit, and it was a runaway success. It's great. For me, Us, I thought was the complicated one that didn't tie together super well. I thought this one was complicated but did tie. So that's interesting that we have the movies ordered differently from the second and third one. I thought it did all tie together nicely. I want to read this thesis. Hopefully it's part of a booklet in the Blu-ray that I'm already going to be buying. If there's not a director commentary or like a full episode of Gordy's Home Mitch, like you were saying, I will be so disappointed. I'm really looking forward to that existing. I liked it a lot. I would say, there's a little bit of, there's some, as you pointed out, there's some downsides to it, but acting, great. Use of the cinematography is, I think, spectacular. The use of music was good. There was enough comedy in there to lighten it a little bit as things were happening. Things tied together. It did take a lot of effort, though, to be fair. It took a lot of effort to get the things to tie. I thought it worked and was satisfying, but I could see how others would be like, okay, come on. I'm usually for those movies. So that being said, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. Catan's killing it. Because I forgot to mention one of my favorite quotes. Or Catan's crushing it. God damn it. I didn't get my quote right. 9 out of 10, Catan's crushing it. From the supposed SNL parody of the Gordy's Home incident.
Oh my God. I forgot that was the...
I bet you didn't think you were going to get a Chris Kattan reference, and no, but it happened. So I have to call that out.
And maybe it connected to something else, but you'll never know. Because it's impossible to know.
Catan's crushing it like the throat of the alien. You're saying crushing it. I don't know. Baby, don't hurt me no more. That's how it ended that one.
So all I got to know is, did I help influence what would have been a 10 out of 10? Did I help bring it to a 9? Or Mitch, did I bring you down?
You might have almost got me to an 8. It's close. Yeah. I thought about it a little bit. I did think about it.
I might have gone you might have brought me down a little bit. Admittedly. I think I'll give you that. I don't know how much, probably a point. I probably would have given it an 8 otherwise, but
I can consider tonight a success. I have done my part.
There you go. Well,
now go watch Prey.
Go watch Prey, next week's movie.
You'll like that.
Nate, where can they find us?
You can find us, as always, at TX Massacre on Twitter, Texas Podcast Massacre everywhere else. Look, we're contractually obligated. If you give us a 5-star review on the podcast platform of your choice, we have to put the movie in. Maybe I like Joyride more than I remember. I don't think it's going to be the case. But Joyride's on the list now. That just happened, unfortunately. So yeah, give us a 5-star review. Your movie will go on the list. I think this person gave the review and didn't say anything about like free Lisa or Team Lisa or anything, because I think they think she'll like a movie with Paul Walker in it, and they might be accurate. I don't know, Mitch. You'd be the expert on that, but
we'll find out. I'm not sure how she's gonna take to this one. It'll be an interesting.
Lisa's been on a Joyride the last couple of weeks, so hoping when she comes back, she gets to deal with that movie. Who knows? Hey, send us an email, texaspodcastmassacre@gmail.com. You can give us a call. Mitch, do you have the number memorized yet?
I don't. 346-246-31. Oh, I thought we were going to finish it off together. We started
3143.
Damn it,
so,
Nate.
There you go.
This is why we can't have nice
I got it memorized. 346-246-3143. I think that the person who requested Gretel and Hansel got lost in the woods and is never calling, because I'm very disappointed that person is not doing that. I'm basically on I'm on Google Voice Watch at this point. The person who did Gretel and Hansel needs to call in. Anyone defending Gretel and Hansel needs to call in. Anthony, if you want to hear a rant, you can listen to our Gretel and Hansel episode where Mitch basically just what you said, but like times 1,000 times longer and more vitriol, because the movie changed up Gretel and the Hansel and Gretel story a little bit and was very artsy. So I think you would not have cared for it either, personally. So you and Mitch,
so don't watch the movie, listen to the podcast. You got it.
That would probably be accurate. Yeah, for that one for sure. Mitch, I don't know that you want you triggered.
I would even say don't even listen to that podcast. Just pretend that movie doesn't even exist. The less you know about that film and its existence, the better. I'm worried that they get paid if every time we mention it, and that keeps me up at night.
Oh, so. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. Who's paying? Who's paying who? I don't even know.
I don't know what it is. It keeps me up at night that these people are somehow still profiting off that garbage ass movie.
And I will say, going back to the end, Anthony, thanks for joining. Your Santa's Sleigh review was an 8 out of 10. So
absolutely,
little bit of work to do to catch up to that.
They got a 3-point Goldberg boost though, so immediately adds 3 points. This movie adds Goldberg, you get a 6.
Oh damn! If Goldberg tried to spear the alien.
No, what if Goldberg was next to the horse in the commercial? That actually would have been incredible. That actually would. Oh damn it! That's missed out.
I would have given this a 6.
And you did enjoy Happy Death Day to You as well. So those,
I loved that movie.
We can also think of the good times. And obviously you did A Quiet Place. So really what's happened is the quality of the movies has steadily gone downward for you being a guest on the podcast. So we'll have to see if we can do something about that. I don't know. I'm gonna throw this on Mitch and say that's Mitch's fault. So
I'll take this one.
Right. I still think my rule of thumb is if Nate recommends a movie, I'm not watching it. So it's got to come from Mitch, because I still think it was, to this day, I think I blame me for Criminal. I think it was. Is that right? The Jake Gyllenhaal movie.
Enemy.
Yeah, I don't even know the name. Yes,
I love Enemy. I still love Enemy. It's great.
Yeah, I don't even like spiders. They're terrible.
What is
Spiders?
happening?
0 out of 10. Go watch Andy from Jake Gyllenhaal. There's a lot of movie recommendations coming from this episode. So there you go. Go watch a random Family Guy episode with the wacky waving, flailing arm tube man skit. Go watch the Gremlins 2 Key and Peele skit. Go watch Santa's Sleigh, apparently with Goldberg, to wash the taste out of your mouth from this one if you didn't like it come from the theater.
Just get in the
and then
Christmas spirit.
Go watch that one too. Exactly. Yep. So there you go. You got a whole weekend ahead of you.
Yeah, you know what? That's a good thing for all you horror fans out there. Like, we're trying to give you tips and advice on how to get your non-horror friends to watch it. You got someone sitting there like, why can't it be Christmas season yet? Halloween sucks. Make them watch Santa's Sleigh. Get the best of both worlds right now. Just go straight into the Christmas horror film.
The best of both worlds. All right. Those are words. I like it.
Is that the one, or is it Santa Jaws where Kris Kringle has a Feliz Navidad tattooed on his forearms?
That was unfortunately Santa Jaws. Yes.
That's also a solid film.
I feel like Anthony would have liked Santa Jaws more than that.
Probably. I think so. All right. From all of us here, that's fair. From all of us here at Texas Podcast Massacre, thank you so much for tuning in, and just keep telling yourself it's only a movie. Good night.